just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. Why am I doing that? Because it's a Sunday. And I'm doing it on Sunday. I know usually I record or go live on Saturdays, but y'all, this week was something. I was doing a big project and it took all of me. So my brain was fried yesterday. I could not even function properly. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do and record the next day. And here we are. First things first, big up New York Knicks. Yeah. Why do I feel like I said it wrong? But so my broski is hella happy. I know that for sure. And like other folks that I know that were rooting for them. So big up them. It is officially FIFA in North America. And man, I acknowledged how busy it is in Toronto. So sheesh, guys, let's be safe and all that good stuff when it comes to these couple weeks with FIFA. I'm actually really excited for Wednesday. I am going to see how I can see Ghana versus Panama, not actually at the stadium, but just, be with the crowd, be one with everyone, and might go downtown to see how wild that's going to be. Even though I've been under a rock for the last couple days, what is it? SpaceX IPO went out, and boy, the way that the market was wild, like before it came out, is pretty interesting. So I can't wait to see what's in store for the months to come. And yeah, what they say that Elon Musk is now a trillionaire. So, whoever buys the stock and stuff or waits for it to drop and buy it, you do it wisely, right? What else? Can't think of anything else, but I just wanted to, you know how I am. It's episode 270, and I was like, ooh, I gotta make sure I'm consistent. I want to keep going with this. So I was like, yes, but better late than never. And I'm trying to gain all the energy that I have. The first 48 hours, let's say, I only had 2 hours sleep. So just, bear with me. But I'm the water, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick episode. Hopefully it's quick. You guys know how it goes with me. But before we get into that, I'm just gonna do a little commercial break, because commercial breaks are always lovely. So un momento.
Don't let the CRA take more than they should. Here are 5 tax mistakes you can't afford to make. Don't fall into these common traps that could cost you big. Many forget to claim deductions like home office expenses or medical costs. Late filing means penalties. Mark your calendar and file early. Side hustle money still counts. Report it to avoid trouble later. Ensure you're eligible for the credits you claim. Keep all tax records for at least 6 years. Digital organization makes life easier. Avoid these mistakes and file with confidence. Need help? Email FitnanceIQ services for our questionnaire today.
You're watching Things I Wish I Knew About Money with Kamille Smith. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I low-key clicked on the wrong one at first, but tax season's officially over for personal and self-employed individuals as of tomorrow, but there's still plenty people that is able to still do their taxes. I am going to try to have a different system with what people think my abilities are with taxes next year. I just had to strategize because I've noticed that sometimes I'm being asked questions that I have no idea. I shouldn't say no idea. You're asking me, I'm being asked questions that actually doesn't fall under what I do. So anything that CRA decides to do, or anything that your financial institutes manage to do, that's where you go to them and ask them those questions, not I. But I try to educate as much as possible, but there's just sometimes I get questions where I'm like, that's not my responsibility. But I digress. Whichever. I want to have a fun episode where I am debating about certain things that are happening when it comes to money. And don't worry, it's not going to be like some intense debates because I'm not with the debates and things. But I feel like there's different decisions that folks make or do, and they're just trying to see like how they're able to manage things. So this is a fun episode. This is just something for you guys to think about, or ladies or gentlemen to think about when it comes to personal finance, right? So like sometimes people, like, one person buys a home, right? There's another one that will rent and invest. Others will max out their RRSPs while others prioritize their TFSA. There's some people that will spend money on traveling, or there's someone that will invest every dollar them of. And then we all sometimes ask, though, so who's right? We're gonna have that discussion, and it's gonna be a debate. But at the end of the day, we're gonna see who's right, but also see a different side, So I want to do the first debate. The first debate number 1. Okay. Let me see if I can put it here. Of course. Just when we thought things were gonna be great, which it will be. First debate is rent versus buying. For years, you're told that ownership is the ultimate financial goal, right? You've heard it. Your parents had said it. Get a job, get a house, get married, all that good stuff, right? And the ownership is usually the one thing people believe. Once they get ownership, they're successful, right? So that's the ultimate goal. So you buy a home, you build your equity, you create stability, and then like that, you're good. With ownership, you actually are able to provide a long-term wealth, in a sense, protection from rising rent, in a sense, because a mortgage is well too. And also you get the sense of pride and security, right? So what about team rent? What about the people that like to rent, right? Renters often have greater flexibility. And this is something I've actually heard, like folks are like, oh, I rather rent because I am not committed to one particular place. So like, say you want to move to another country or so, maybe renting is for you, right? Um, Renters can move for opportunities. I've actually heard that as well. Um, this is a big one. This is a big one for the team renters. You don't have to pay for major repairs. I still get shivers and kiss teeth and roll eyes when I think about like the major repairs that we've had to deal with, or when I hear others deal with it too. And I'm like, yeah, right? And renters would also say they don't get tied up with large amounts of cash in a down payment, which, I get that. I get that. So, in a sense, the renter can invest the difference and potentially come out ahead financially. Ideally, if we think about like, owning versus rent, there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons for everything, right? So then so then the question is, who's right? Hmm? Hmm? The answer is depends on the goals. Honestly, it depends on your goals. Do you value stability or flexibility? That's one question when you want to think about this. Do you plan to stay in one place for years? Do you want to grow, or do you want to, move around? And also, your status, like, are you married, single, all that good stuff. That plays a factor. Or are you still trying to figure out things, right? There's actually no universal winner. I think it really depends on your scenario, your lifestyle, and what makes more sense for you. So this debate can be like, it it goes with what works for you ideally, right? So I hopefully you guys are getting a better understanding with these debates. It's nothing like, oh, you're team renter, team owner. No, no. I'm just making you guys think a little bit more and stuff, right? Just, sometimes maybe even like renting makes more sense because it's a little bit cheaper, especially, it depends. Mortgage, rent, it all depends, right? But the next debate is RRSP versus TFSA. This debate normally happens during like tax season, or not even tax season. I like to make this debate throughout the whole year, because when we think about the difference between an RSP, which is tax deferred, and a TFSA, which is semi tax deferred but not really, right? Oh, guys, I need coffee too, but I digress. Ooh, and the wave is killing coffee. Ooh, speaking of coffee. Oh man, I know you guys are sometimes like, oh, here she comes. Let's buy her a coffee. Yes, because I's be tired. Okay. So, oh no, can I find it quick? Eek. Ooh, I don't think. Oh, shucks. I pressed the wrong thing. I think it's. Oh, darn it. Oh, there it is. Ah, perfect. Buy me a coffee or a matcha latte. I don't know. Matcha lattes are my go-to these days, or smoothies, with an espresso shot, because I feel like I'm being healthy, but And to the haters that say that matcha latte is like, what do they say? Grass with vanilla, a hint of vanilla. You guys are haters. It's actually not that bad. I just know there's a lot of people that love sugar and they need things with sugar. You really don't, but I digress. Let me go back to what we were talking about originally, right? RSP versus TFSA. Which one? So, the person that's team RSPs, they'd be saying, oh, take the tax deductible or tax deduction today, reduce your taxable income, So instead of having 100,000, bring it down to 80,000. I'm just giving out numbers. It's not realistic 100%, right? And then let your investments grow tax deferred, right? So that's team RSPs. But then you have your team TFSAs, where they're like, why not grow your money tax free and withdraw it tax free later, right? So essentially, the money that you put in your TFSA, which is tax free savings account, I realized I should have said that. An RSP is registered retirement savings plan. So your TFSA, this is your after tax money, right? So, why not have no taxes on your gains, like if it was your non-registered account where you have to pay capital gains, or no taxes on withdrawals, like with your RSP, if you take out money before your retirement, unless you're going back to school or buying a home, deposit for a home, then that's different. Then you're not being dinged. Taxed, yes, but I would say dinged for the withdrawals. And you have no impact on government benefits, right? So the truth is that both accounts are actually powerful, right? There's one is not better than the other in a sense, right? Because think about it. If you're in a higher tax bracket, the RSPs is extremely valuable for you, right? If you're a little younger, have less income, or you're earning less, and you want flexibility, then the TFSA might be a better option for you as well. And this is just like being able to take out the money and things. So, like, the real question isn't RSP or TFSA. It's whether you're actually saving and investing consistently. Boom, bam, bam. Right? Because I would say, and I always say this, anyone that's making over, I want to say 75,000 based on the taxes I did. Anyone making 75,000 and didn't have RSPs, they were not happy with the results. Right? So maybe you want to do RSPs, maybe you want to do TFSA, or just do both if you can, right? So the third debate is, pardon me. Let me take a swing of my water. Don't ask me questions on how, if I've stirred this today, yesterday, and all that good stuff. Don't ask me questions. Debate number 3 is save first versus invest first. Ooh. I wonder what you guys think I'm gonna say, because you guys know me so well. So let's say you received an extra $500, right? Hey, blip, 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 blip. Do you save it? Or do you invest it? What are the pros and cons for this one? So for team save first, argues that having an emergency fund creates security, or I like to say safety net. I don't even know if this works with me doing this because I actually can't hear anything. I'm just speaking. Actually, so it makes no sense me doing this. But I digress. Yeah, team save first would say, oh, emergency fund, I need the security, I need that safety net. Life happens, as we all know, right? Your car can break down, your roof mush up, your tire pops, you have a job change, something unexpected, an unexpected expense shows up out of nowhere. Which is the fact of the matter is, most people I know wouldn't consider their savings first. They would consider using their credit card. Don't ask me why. This is an argument I always see, but hey, it is what it is. However, team save first, you'd have the cash available during the stress. Or the cash available actually reduces stress. And this is something that I've experienced. Like, I remember I was on a vacation and my car, rest in peace, CQ, frigging, I was on vacation and my mom's like, oh, your muffler is messed up. We had to fix it. I'm like, serious? I was like, all right, let me just send the money from my savings account to give you that. And I didn't skip a beat with my vacation, right? So that's kind of essentially why it's important to have cash or to save first, right? But then we have team investment first, right? Team investment argues that time is the greatest asset, right? And making your money work for you, even though you could do that with savings, but when it comes to investments, hey, reasonable investments, I should say, because some investments you lose, right? So ideally, when it comes to investing, the sooner you invest, the sooner compound interest begins. Ooh, and the rule 72, right? So every year you can wait and sorry. When it comes to every year, you can wait and make a difference. And I mean, like, waiting to see your compound interest, because it's wild. Like, especially if your investments is doing very well, you will just see how it's just so wonderful. But then also, there's, with this debate, whether you save first or invest first, it's not really whether you should choose one or the other. It's kind of more about a balance. And this is also essential. You can do both. Actually, this one, it depends. You can do both. You can have a strong emergency fund and consistently invest at the same time. My personal opinion, you could do it at the same time. It doesn't hurt. Regardless, your net worth will be going up, right? So think about that. Oh, guys, I'm getting tired, but it's a-okay. I can't wait to rest. I think today I'll rest after events that I'm going to, and then do it all again this week. Yeah, I think I have another project. I just have a lot of things to do before I can't have things physically with me, and so I also have to do a lot of scanning. This week is scanning and all that good stuff. But I digress. Sorry. Debate number 4. Do we travel now or retire earlier? This is a tricky one. This is actually a tricky debate because it's like, do you do instant gratification, I find, or do you rough it out for a period and be able to retire earlier, right? So this is probably emotional for some folks, or for the folks that are like, I need my vacation. I deserve it. I get it. Trust me, I get it, right? Also, team travel now would say you're yellow, your young ones. I hate this saying, but this is something that some folks can say. You can always earn more money, and you can't always recreate experiences. So, take the trip, see the world, and create memories. Granted. In my 20s, I did this. I did this. And I don't regret it. I don't. The many memories I have, and especially when I was living in Korea, um, still to this day, I talk to those friends, like a good amount of the friends. And so I'm so fortunate that I was able to travel and meet amazing friends. So big up you guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then also, like, when you're traveling, you're able to be introduced to other folks, right? Introduced to new cultures, being able to learn a little bit more. And then you're not mash up like when you're in your 30s or 40s, 50s, 60s, however you want to say it. Unless you're staying healthy and all that good stuff. Which is a sign, which is like, guys, we got to be healthy if we want to travel now or retire early, right? So boom. So you have those type of things. You got the team retire earlier, and that's probably like the folks in the fire status, and that's financial independence, retire early. If I'm incorrect, sorry, I'll fix it afterwards, right? They would say every dollar invested today could create freedom tomorrow. I get that. Imagine retiring years earlier because you delayed a few vacations. Yeah. Imagine having complete control over your time. Ooh, yeah, I love that. So then I guess you'd be like, what's your answer? Which one makes more sense? So hear me out. So would you rather spend $5,000 on an unforgettable experience today in 2026, or would you rather invest it towards your future freedom? So it's just a question, right? There isn't a wrong answer. Ideally, it's not a wrong answer. 5,000 is kind of wild. 5,000 is a bit wild, but it could be 4,000, 3,000. You could find a little quick like an unforgettable experience that doesn't have to break your pockets, right? So this is an answer like that you would be able to answer in things, right? And now we have the other one, and this is very interesting. This is interesting. And this is interesting because of taxes I did. Whether which one's better, right? Debate number 5. Side hustle versus overtime. Ooh, I know some people that do crazy OT, right? Like, or back in the day, they would. And it depends on your industry as well to be able to do OT, or does it make sense to have your own side hustle, right? I mean, with this debate, it's like you need extra income. So how are you gonna get that money? How are you gonna get them dollars? Do you start a side hustle? Or a small business, however you want to say it, or do you simply work more hours at where you're working? All right. So team overtime would say, guaranteed income. There's no startup costs. There's no marketing. There's no uncertainty. You know what you're getting because you put in those extra hours. And also, if the workplace is nice enough, right? But don't forget them taxes. More times you don't even see all of it. But I'm just saying, right? Or a team side hustle would be saying you're building additional income stream. That's true. You're learning a new skill, or you're just adapting with the skills that you have with your 9 to 5, right? You're creating a long-term opportunities. I mean, essentially you can make your side hustle eventually like a small business, a big business, aka Amazon and all that good stuff, right? Those are the type of things that you can scale to be able to get your time back, right? But that also comes with the risk and responsibility. It comes with risk and responsibilities when it comes to a business, right? Trust me, I know. For some people, overtime just makes perfect sense because you're just like, I'll just put in more hours if you can, right? For others, building something of their own, like their baby, their own creation, creates opportunities that they could never find at work. So again, this debate, it depends on what makes you feel more alive, more ideal for your circumstances, right? And then we have debate number 6. Look at that, guys. We're flying through this. It's making you think about different things, right? Shit. Debate number 6 is pay off debt versus invest. Again, I wonder what I'm going to say. This is helping me stay up a little bit. And I need to have my fruits as well. Debate number 6 is pay off debt versus investments, right? Investing, sorry. This is one thing that will definitely be a big decision financially for folks because which one do I do? Do I not think about investments and pay off my stuff so I can feel at ease, or do I invest and not worry about paying off my debt? I would never say that. I would never say that. Okay, so let me just get that clear. But team debt freedom would say pay off the debt. Pay off the debt. The emotional relief alone is worth it. You have no payments, you have no interest, you have no stress, you're not getting them phone calls, you're not getting them text messages, emails, whichever thing that they're trying to do, right? You won't get those. You won't have to worry about the late fees. So no interest, no fees. Ooh. Pardon me. Promise I'm not boring myself. It's just I am extremely tired. Low-key, I wish I could take a nap, but I know I can't. Team investing says if your investments earn more than your debt cost, investing may create greater wealth over time, right? So essentially that argument does make sense if you think of it in layman terms with finances. Emotionally, though, it may not, right? The debate ideally just comes down to personality. Some people sleep better knowing that they're debt free. Others are comfortable carrying manageable debt while building investments. Or you can do both at the same time. Again, it's the same concept as saving and investing at the same time. You'll be able to do both at the same time. Sorry, I got distracted because I tried to figure out the plan. Ooh, awesome. Just sorry. See, this is live. You guys get this. So done. Okily dokily. So essentially, that one is you could do both. Okie dokie. Oh shucks. Now I got time limit, but I think I'll be good. So the last one. I think this is the last one. I want to say this is the last one. Actually, yeah, I want this to be the last one. What? Yeah. So buy new or buy used. This is for you guys that love cars. Sorry, that was really aggressive. That was really aggressive. Sorry, guys. I'll be more gentle, more demure. So even though I am originally thinking of a car, this could be anything. This could be electronics, this could be furniture, equipment. That this is a debate that never ends. I would say if we're going to debate, let's just debate cars per se, right? Because I don't see how, furniture, but that's so tricky. Let's just go with cars, right? If your team buy brand new, there's warranty, there's reliability, there's latest features, right? Oh, all these new gadgets, or even if you think about a phone and stuff, right? You can think about a phone like that. But if you think of team used, but let's go back to the car. There's a lower cost. It costs less. The less depreciation. Because baby, we all know as soon as that brand new car leaves the lot, it drops down drastically. And even pre-owned. Pre-owned can be considered used. Right? And a better value overall. So like I said, a brand new car loses value quickly. It's like as soon as you take it off the lot, boom, right? But a used car can cause a lot of unknown issues, like ever so often you have to repair it because you don't know what's happening with it. Every second is back in the shop. So I remember that used to happen to me. Or the lights on every day, the lights on and stuff, right? So the smartest choice actually just depends on your finances, your goals, and your risk tolerance. That's a good way to see it, right? I thought I was done. The final debate. I promise. Final one. Financial freedom versus financial comfort. This one has me a hamster inside just thinking, right? Because this is something that I always strive for everyone to think about. So I want you guys to think about it and just basically think which one is ideal for you, right? So would you rather? Oh, this should be the poll question. There is a poll question throughout the thing. Would you rather, hear me out, earn less money, and have more control over your time, or earn more money and sacrifice some freedom? See, I make them big bucks, but you barely see anyone. And it's all about balance as well, right? Some people dream of entrepreneurship, right? They dream about it. They dream about it, sleep about it, eat, breathe, and all that good stuff, right? Others value stability, right? Some people want flexibility. Others want certainty. I get that. Certainty sometimes trumps everything, right? But at the end of the day, neither answer is wrong, right? It's just to have a better understanding whether you want that financial freedom or that financial comfort. Because time is everything, but so is being comfortable financially, maybe. So I do understand, like, your answer may be shaped based on your financial decisions that you make. But this is something I just wanted to, you know, showcase, just to think about, like, whether you want financial freedom and or financial comfort. And also, if you do want that, I'm happy to guide you to learn that. Hit me up, please, guys, please. Oh, I'm trying so badly. If you're gonna call me, message me first, at least, or book a meeting. Okay, book a meeting. It doesn't hurt to book a meeting, right? But I also want to say, to close this off, because I think I did pretty well, with all like 8 that we talked about. I just want you guys to know that, like, one of the biggest mistakes that people actually make is just assuming that there's only one path with financial success. Everyone's journey is going to be different because it's your personal journey, it's your personal finance. So whatever Joe is doing over there is probably not going to work with you, and whatever's happening with Sister Susan probably won't work with you either. So we just got to be mindful about that. Just because someone's putting money into the RSP or investing doesn't mean that you starting off maybe 5 years behind um doesn't mean that you won't be able to reach that same magnitude that they have. Will there's be more? Yeah, but it's all good. It's a win is a win. You're still making money from investing and stuff, right? But, like, really, the truth is that there's so many angles or paths when it comes to financial success. So yeah, the best financial decision that you can do is make sure that aligns with your values, your goals, and your life. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And we gotta try to make it as best as possible and all that good stuff. I mean, it was cool that I had this debate. I'm hoping, I'm can't wait to see the comments in the chat and stuff. And I want to know, which side are you on? Even though they're like, oh, I'm on this side, I'm on that side. Hey, that's cool. Or if you're team both, that's good. Play both fields and all that good stuff. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep doing it. Keep subscribing, guys. I'm loving it. I am going to be resting after this event that I'm going to. But again, next week is Father's Day. Yo. You guys haven't replied to me yet. No one has talked to me. What is good? Or I'm just gonna keep kosher like I did last time with Mother's Day or Father's Day and stuff, or do a rerun. Someone actually sent me or rewatched. Didn't rewatch. They watched the Daddy's Little Girl episode that I had, which is very cute and ironic. I was able to have a discussion. So if I don't have a episode next week, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the mans them, to the fathers, the great fathers, the active fathers, the father figures, the mentors, the uncles, and all that good stuff. We do appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you. You guys are important, and I'm really proud of all my guy friends that are dads, that are active and everything. And my heart goes out to the ones that want to be fathers and aren't just yet. Don't worry, time is coming, right? But On this note, make sure you like, comment, share with a friend and anything, and tell me which side you're on. All right. Until next time, folks. Peace. Peace to A-Town. Do 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 do. Or as the New Yorkers would say, ah ah ah. What they say? Bombing. All right. Peace out, guys.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see?